好啊，各位歡迎大家嚟到今次我哋嘅香港 WordPress Meetup 啦。咁我哋遲咗幾分鐘，咁就希望大家唔好介意。咁今日咧，我哋就請到由新加坡嚟嘅阿 C 啦，就會嚟幫我哋去講一個 talk 嘅。咁就喺開始個 talk 之前，有啲即係平時都講開嘅嘢要講一下啦。咁呢個我哋嘅 agenda 咧就同平時就差唔多嘅啫。咁樣喺個 talk 之後咧，我哋就會有啲嘅 general 嘅 Q&A 啦，咁樣嘅。咁大家有問題可以問啦，咁樣答嗰個咧就唔一定係我哋嘅。咁如果大家有啲咩想分享嘅話咧，都可以係喺嗰陣時咧就問同埋答嘅。咁 closing 之後咧，我哋就會去附近一間嘅茶餐廳嗰度啦，咁一齊食飯啦，咁樣。好啦，咁如果大家有影相嘅話咧，就一陣間可以去到呢一個 website 嗰度咧，就去 share 我哋嘅相嘅。咁就一陣間我哋會再將個 QR code 咧就會 display 出嚟，咁大家到時咧就可以scan 個 QR code 咁啦。好啦，咁多謝下我哋嘅呢個 sponsor 先啦，咁就係 Kingstar 啦 ，Kingstar 係一個好好嘅一個 hosting company 啦。咁就佢睇到係 Simply Better Hosting。咁另外一個 sponsor 當然就係 Coffee 啦，就即係呢度嘅場地嘅提供啦。每一次佢哋都好慷慨咁樣將呢個地方咧借俾我哋，就去舉行 Meetup 嘅。咁我哋都好多謝佢哋。好啦，咁跟住咧就開始我哋 talk 啦。And I'm going to switch to English, but before that, let me close the door first because I'm hearing some echo. Okay. I think it sounds much better now. Okay, so here you can see that C is already online. And today her topic is why design matters, first impression counts. And this is actually a topic that she presented in WordCamp Malaysia 2025. Kevin and Kevin is not here. Kevin is one of our volunteers. We attended C's talk, and we thought that it was excellent. And we think that it would be good that we can bring the talk to Hong Kong WordPress Meetup. And so here we are. And a little bit about Zee. So she is a tech fairy who helps owners of their WordPress websites in technical issues and with the skills shared by with people at ease with tech. She has spoken in WordCamps in Malaysia 3 times. WordCamp Malaysia 2024-25 and WordCamp Johor Road 2025. There are actually a few tech fairies online, and so if you are looking for her website, this is the one, not the other ones. And this is the first time that she and I presented in the WordCamp. Actually, she is not the only lady as a speaker at that time. And if you have been here last year for another online speaker talk, we have the other one, Lero. And this is her talking in WordCamp Malaysia 2025. And this is actually evidence to show that I actually attended her talk. So this is her talk. Actually, I'll let her do the more detailed introduction. And so I'm now going to hand the stage over to Zee. So let's give a round of applause to Zee to thank her for coming to deliver the talk to us.
Thank you, Victor. I practiced a little bit of Cantonese. Thai ca
okay.
hao. Thai ca hao. I hope
okay,
everybody...
I didn't expect that.
I hope everyone is having a good evening. Thank you for having me, Victor. All right, so I'm Z, the tech fairy. So I am from Singapore. My formal education, I took diploma in IT and then I continued to take advanced diploma in data networking. But at that time, when I graduated, it was the dot-com bubble burst. So it wasn't easy for me to get any jobs. That's why I continued to take on advanced diploma for another year. And around that same time, I started freelancing. And I was freelancing with my then boyfriend, who is now my husband. So I'm the website person. He is more of the graphic design person. So that's how, when we got married, we created PlayPause. So PlayPause was more of a brand design. So he does all the creative design works, and I still take care of websites for clients. So COVID time, we actually closed up and concluded PlayPause, and then I emerged to be the Z Tech Fairy. And so this is my WordPress journey. Started way in 2003. I sort of grew up with WordPress. So started with WordPress.com using just personal blogs. It was only when we created PlayPause in 2009, I started to delve more on the self-hosted WordPress. First using paid themes. So it was quite a long time that I was using paid themes before I first got to know about Elementor. So I got to know about Elementor when I was using this paid themes website. It's called CSS Igniter. It's still around. So the first time I was introduced to Elementor theme, or rather the whole template of Elementor, is from CSS Igniter. So only in 2019, and then I moved on and used Elementor Pro. So I am still on the plan that gives me 1,000 licenses at a very affordable price than what they are charging now. So then we continue on 2020 with there's COVID, and we just sort of like stopped working with clients. Everybody was lull, no projects, and it's only like in 2022, 23, I got to know this lady named Aisha Priest. She's a Malaysian blogger who has 10 blogs, and across her 10 blogs, she's earning a good monthly of about 10,000 US dollars. So she's still earning, even though she just gave birth and was on maternity leave. So most of my client as a Z-Tech Fairy are her students who are writers and create their own WordPress websites. And most of them are non-tech people, so they need the tech help. So that's where I come in. So in 2023, I was already using Astra and Cadence because of the students, Aisha students who started off WordPress. So they use, most of them started with Astra. And then along the way, they found Astra not to be that friendly. And I helped most of them to actually move on to Cadence. So last year and this year, there was a lot of clients who wanted to shift, meaning I had helped them to change their theme from Astra to Cadence. Now let's go down to how design matter in a home page. So a usual website homepage structure will have a typical header, the top where you have your logo and your menu navigation, and then you will have followed by the hero, the introduction of the page, and of course below that will be the body. So the body usually the featured blurb, post, and all the other text. And as usual, the bottom will always be a footer where people can find information to contact you, whether via social media links or your email address. Now let's go to a real example of a website homepage structure that I had. This is one of the clients that I did last year. So she came with this. She was using Astra previously. So a header on top, if you can see, her logo is not very clear on the top left, and then her navigation is sort of like being eaten up by her photo that is in the background. So then the hero introduction where she have her the amateur climber, that's the homepage name, and then at the bottom of that hero she has that hi, I'm Anna. The body, her body here is the latest blog post, and it's only 3 posts that's being featured here. And her footer at the bottom, if you see, it's again the color contrast is not very clear, especially when it's light bright green against black background. So we zoom into her page. So the header, again, like I said, the logo is not that clear, especially if you were to see on your screen itself, because of that background photo at the back. And then the navigation, her menu is sort of like being eaten up. So this is the whole desktop view. And then we scroll down to her body. So she has these 3 blog posts, only 3, but she has already written quite a lot of posts. And then the footer, like I said earlier on, the footer is the color combination is, it reminds me of 1990s HTML, where you only use red, green, and blue against black way back then. So how does design matter in a home page? So let's take a quick look. First, I'm going to show you page speed insights. If you're not familiar, this is a Google page speed insights. So when I tried to find what's the score for her previous layout, it was showing me the performance as 57. So and then we go and see this at the bottom. A lot of them are red, so it means that there's a lot of things that need to be improved. And on the right side is on the mobile, is for mobile viewing. So viewing on mobile, both performance and accessibility are in the yellow zone instead of the green zone. So what is page speed insights? So it's in Google term, it says that it's what the user experience of a page, both on mobile and desktop devices. So let's dive in a little bit of page speed insights, PSI. So the first thing that you will see is usually the first contentful paint. This is any part of the page when you first see the first thing that you see on screen, on your desktop screen. And then followed by the largest contentful paint. So this is the main content. So for her, the main content is the background photo. And then the cumulative layout shift. This is not that easy for me to explain to most of my clients because they don't quite understand what it means by layout shift. So basically what I try to explain is when you have your main hero and then when you scroll down, it's broken down to different columns. So there's that shift when you scroll and the page has to load. So that's where the cumulative layout shift comes from, followed by the speed index. So how quickly your content is visually displayed during that load. Next is the total blocking time, that total amount of time for after the first contentful paint. So why design matters? Because first impression counts. When we talk about the page speed insights, it's all about how fast your page loads up for a client or whoever is viewing your website. So how can this design be improved? So what I changed the website theme. So this was Astra. So I changed it to Cadence. So I adapted whatever she has. So let's see. So ta-da! So it looks like that now. I've taken all the content, no content is changed. So it's only the layout that I've designed using Cadence. And I use only the free Cadence theme. So looking into it, we break down again the header. Now I make it the header and the logo to be clear in a block color so that the logo and the menu navigation is very clear for people to see. And then the introduction, while you can still see the background photo, you can also see the website name, the Amateur Climber, and then there's always the CTA at the first top part, and then followed by the body. So I now created for her a feature that she wants people to actually, the post that she actually wants to feature. So it's the indoor climbing locations, and then followed by all her latest posts. I changed then her footer to be in a clearer color, again, lighter background so that it can be more readable. So zooming in to her header. So again, like I said, the logo now is much clearer. She actually had a logo, but previously she only have it as spelled out in normal text, in normal font. So I now use her logo. And the navigation is now here, much clearer. You can see the active page is home and you have all the others. And then, of course, the hero, where the introduction of what she's doing, where she explore her climbing resources. That's where then in the body, Sorry, so this is the previous one. So I'm showing the before and after. So this was the previous one that looks like that. So this is the body where I now put on, I put up the feature where the indoor climbing locations are more prominent for people to see, because she goes on to list out the locations where people can go for indoor rock climbing. And then further down is more posts, where she previously only has 3 posts. Now I put on more 6 posts for people to see. So it's more options for readers. So again, this was previous on the right, and now 6 on the left. And the footer at the bottom, I made it more clear. Like I say, it's much readable, a lighter background for people to be able to read properly. So they can also see her email address is there. And this is the contrast from the previous and the after. So how has design actually improved the page speed insights? So the loading, how has it improved? So previously on the desktop, it was 57 with that design, previous design. And now with the new design, I helped her improve. It went up to 97. So it's all green now for her. And the comparison. So previously it was 57 and then it jumped up to 97. So this has also been proven. Most of the clients who were on Extra and moved on to Cadence. So it's to me is testimonial for Cadence actually. So because Cadence is so much lighter than Extra, so just changing your layout using Cadence platform, it helps with the page speed insights. And for mobile, previously it was 2 yellow, which is the performance and accessibility. And then now when we change, it moved everything up. So it has the performance and the accessibility up. So the comparison is here. So that with Cadence, things actually improved, especially for the mobile view. And nowadays people use mobile for most of their website browsing. So how was the design improved? So what did I do? So from previously to what I did. So from Extra, I changed to Cadence. And then I use also the recommended image sizes. A lot of people, most of these bloggers would actually just load up everything that they take from their phones or from their cameras. They just load it up on their computers and then they will just upload it as is. Most of them do not change or resize their photos, and that actually also make the website heavier, and the loading of their website becomes much slower. So it is very much recommended that you change or resize your images accordingly so that it will be lighter for the page to load these photos. And again, for mobile, it has a different size. So it's very much recommended that you don't only resize your photos for how it will look nicely on the desktop. You should also be able to either crop or resize the photo to fit on mobile, because we have to remember these days most people view websites, they go through they search for information through their phones more than desktop. So recommended image sizes, and with this is within Cadence. So with Cadence option, you can see that you can set the background for mobile. So again, like I said, even though you have the image already set for your desktop background, you should also resize and crop nicely, and it will definitely bring down the image size in kilobytes, that it will load up much faster when you have the different formats for the desktop and for the mobile. So it will really help your website, especially the page speed insights, to improve the scoring. So again, why design matters? Because first impression counts, especially for bloggers who wants readers to quickly read and stay on their page. You wouldn't want to make people stay and wait for things to load. So that's one of the reasons. The most important reason is first impression counts. So that comes to my end of my presentation. Any questions? Anyone would want to have any questions?
Okay, guys, if you have any questions, please ask. And if you want to ask the question in Cantonese, that's also okay. And we're going to do the translation for you.
Yes, I have one question. Because based on my past experience, I also use the Google Page Insight to check the website performance. But I'm not sure if actually this the score it provides is basically as the speed of the web page loading, or is there any other criteria which will affect the scoring?
Okay, for the page scoring, for me is what I've seen through the clients that I've helped is basically which page you want them to score. So you can actually input, let's say you have a particular landing page that you want them to see. So you have that URL itself for the Google page speed insights to check. So what I did was specifically just the homepage. So they will score according to that homepage loading.
Alright. So will you recommend us use a more lightweight theme will be much better for the page speed score?
Yeah, for these clients of mine, because they are all writers. So previous one, the one that I showed is they are just writers who write to be paid. So it's recommended to use Cadence because it's so much lighter than Astra. So it's best to use Cadence. But for clients who are not blog writers, who are not banking in on viewership, right? Like you have 10,000 viewers or 100,000 viewers to get paid, it's best that you know who your audience is. And usually for my B2B clients, especially my clients who are having businesses instead, I don't offer them to have Cadence for their website. I use Elementor Pro. So that's I will make sure that it's light enough for their website to load. But most of my business clients, they do not mind about page speed insights. They just want to have their business up, their services up, and they do not they have never bother about how long it will load for their website, because for business to business clients, to them, as long as my client knows my services are here, how much I am selling my product, they are good enough. So those who are actually very particular about page loading are these blog owners. So they are the ones that earn because they write. So the students that the Aisha students that are my clients, most of them write because they want to earn via those marketing platforms. I'm not sure if you've heard of Mediavine. So most of them are on Mediavine. So Mediavine pays them if they have viewership of 10,000 and more, I think, per month. So these are the people who really very particular about page loading speed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for the question.
中文唔得唔得？可以。
你好多謝你為我哋 present 咗呢一個關於web page 嘅 design 啦。咁我係新手嚟嘅，咁我都好 concern 嗰個 page speed 嘅。咁我唔知你用緊乜嘢 plugin 啊？我頭先睇唔到，第一我想知啦。第二就係我見你用 Elementor Pro， 咁我唔知 Elementor 同 Elementor Pro 個 workload 咧邊一個食得 resources 多啲？我自己本身而家因為啱啱開始啦，我而家用緊個 theme 咧就係 News Up， 咁我唔知會唔會 News Up 咧，即係會比較輕盈啲。咁於是喺開始嚟講，就會比較會嗰個 burden 咁大，對嗰個 page 嗰個 speed 嚟講。咁我唔知條路應該，譬如我哋極 concern 呢樣嘢咧，咁我哋應該條路應該點樣行咧？喺個 theme 嗰度。唔該你。
Nick, can you do the translation?
So we have a participant is just new learning to WordPress, and then is want to use it as a blogging, and he just curious to know that just the demo you show what theme and what plugin is using in the demo, and also for the Elementor, there's a standard, the normal one, and also the Elementor Pro. Just want to know that these two different plugin, is there any difference, and also is there any impact to the performance loading for the website?
Okay, for Cadence, like I said, these clients, they are very particular just about their loading and their writing. So most of them do not have a lot of plugins. So it's very minimal, very little plugins that they have. And because we are using Cadence, I only install the Cadence blocks. And that's about it. So Cadence theme and the Cadence blocks. And most of them would put up word fans. I don't use word fans, but most of these people are being taught to put up word fans for plugin. Other than that, most of them have the usual Jetpack or the Akismet, and that's about it. They do not put in much plugins. But for clients who I've built website with for Elementor, usually I use Elementor Pro. And because I use Elementor Pro, again, I do not use a lot of plugins for them. I don't install a lot of plugins unless these people have WooCommerce, they are selling things. So WooCommerce, of course, you have the WooPayments, WooCommerce, and some shipping plugins. But I try very minimally to have not more than 10 plugins for my clients. So this would definitely impact the speed of the website again. If you have a lot of plugins put on top of your WordPress website, it will definitely have an impact, especially if clients who are running on WooCommerce selling products and more than 10 products on their website. So that's something that I try to make sure these clients understand, that you do not need to put on too much plugins. And with Elementor Pro, I understand, or rather, when I were to do comparisons with clients who had never had Elementor Pro, when they do not have the license for Pro, they tend to install a lot of plugins that help them with the design, because the free Elementor is very limited, right? So they would usually install plugins that will help them with header and footer. But if you have Elementor Pro, it eliminates all the other plugins that would help you with your layout. So it's best to use Elementor Pro lah. It's just that now the Elementor Pro, I think they have increased the price to something different. But as much as if you can avoid having more plugins, it's best to move to Elementor Pro. So yeah, I hope I have answered your question.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking.
Okay. Any more questions from the floor? Okay, maybe I'll ask one question.
Okay.
So the PSI of the client has increased quite a lot. I think it was from 50 something to almost 100.
Yeah.
Do you have an estimate of how much of the increase is due to the fact that the theme is changed from Astra to Cadence, and what other elements are affecting, and how much is the effect on the PSI score?
Okay, for this particular client that I do the change from Astra to Cadence. So first, I only do just immediately just change the theme without changing her images. So when I did that, I should have done a screenshot also. But when I did that without changing the sizes of the images that she used, it wasn't 90. So it was although it wasn't up to 90, it was quite a huge leap. So from 56, it went to about 80-ish. So it was quite a good leap from Astra to Cadence, just changing the theme without editing the sizes of the images that she has. So it was only after I edited the background image, I resized the background image, I resized some of the image that appears on her the blog featured images, that improved so much more to 96. But this is one client. But for most of my other clients, again, most of them fall below 60 for their first time the speed PSI. And after changing, it goes up definitely more than 90. So most of them that I've done, I think I've helped in the last 2 years, I've helped about maybe slightly more than 10 of them changing from Astra to Cadence. So yes, most of them from Astra to Cadence, you will see that jump from less than 60 to above 90. So, and I find that cadence is so much lighter. So when previously when they have extra on the back end, even logging in after logging in to load the back end of WordPress, it is so much slower when it's on extra than compared to cadence. Cadence is so much lighter. And in this, all these people I helped are all on the free cadence theme. None of them are on the paid cadence. Yeah,
Ah.
means it's good enough.
Okay, excellent. Because well, actually, my original question was how much is Cadence? Because Extra is free, right? There's a free version
Yeah,
of it,
cadence is also free.
and
Yeah.
I actually have used Extra. I think it was okay. But in terms of functionality, I actually didn't bother too much about PSI because the client didn't pay me, or I use
Yeah.
it for some websites that I do for myself, which speed or yeah, Google search is not relevant. Okay. So any other questions from the floor? No? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Thank
Great. So thank you very much, Zee, for the talk. So yeah. So yeah, I'm going to present the virtual certificate of
Thank
appreciation
you.
to you, and it's the share replace certificate.
No, I stopped sharing. Yeah.
No need. I just take that away. All right. So souvenir presentation. So okay. There are a series of steps I have to do here, and it's on my list here. So hold on.
Sure.
Okay. In my notes, it says that the stage manager needs to give out the phone calls to the audience for picture taking. So what's this? Nick and Matthew, can you give the phone calls to the audience while I will be doing some other stuff? Okay, so controls. So okay.
影個 photo，而家可以分我呢個交，我到時邊度去交？好靚手啊！坐前啲啊！有時間，有時間，咁啊。
So nice.
Okay,
Okay.
excellent.
Okay.
At least I'm faster than they did. So well, actually, that's a good thing. Okay, so let's look at the camera. So the audience in the hall, please look at the webcam in front of you. And I'm going to yeah, take the picture. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, we'll try another one. Okay, one more. Okay, let me see if I can show it immediately. Okay.
Nice.
So
Thank you.
this is one of them. I think it's good enough. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. So we are going to take another. We'll still have to take another picture.
Okay.
Which is hold on. All right, so this one will be without the certificate of appreciation. So, well, this time we have to do it, do the steps again. Hold on. Okay, ready. 1, 2. Okay, we'll do another one. 1. Okay, let's see what we've got.
screenshot 緊嘅。
如果呢個係直情嘅 screenshot。
Okay, what do you think? Good enough?
Thank you.
Okay, so Zee, thank you very much again for spending the evening with us. So I'll see you in Malaysia sometime, and by that time I will give you a physical certificate of appreciation.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I'm so thankful that you have invited me. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.
大家，我哋個 meetup 係未完嘅，咁咧，好啦，咁而家就做呢個 general Q&A 啊、discussion 啊咁樣啦。咁大家有冇啲咩 WordPress 問題啊，或者係圍繞住呢個同網頁設計啊有關嘅問題，想攞出嚟同大家分享下咁樣咧？咁可以而家係去大家去傾一傾啊。
可以死狗乜嘢啦。我頭先講咗，我真係比較新啦。咁裝咗，我喺QNAP 嘅 NAS 嗰度，我就裝咗用佢嘅 Apps 就裝咗個 WordPress 啦。咁上載啲相嗰時，發覺佢個 maximum size 係2 MB，即係2 MB。咁我上網揾咗資料咧，咁佢就話可以喺 php.ini 嗰度改，例如變成2 GB 都得噶嘛，或者係26 MB 都得噶嘛。但我點樣改咧？佢都仍係2 MB。咁我改完之後，個 NAS 我有 restart 個NAS， 因為獨立restart 個 website 翻我唔識，咁我就成個 restart。WordPress 就熄咗開咗，咁我都試過，都係唔得。咁我想問下，實際上應該係點樣做？係咪一定要用 plugin 先得咧？因為如果用網上都有啲係用而家啲 plugin 嘅，但係 plugin 我又唔知安唔安全。咁如果係真係一定要用 plugin 先做到嘅，有冇咩介紹咧？
我聽你講嗰個方法其實咧都應該係好 standard 嘅方法嚟嘅。咁如果唔得嘅話，咁或者聽下在場有冇其他人試過咁嘅經驗啊，可以分享下。
係問多少少，你之前你做嗰個修改咧，你係直接你有印象記得係改佢啲 PHP， 即係喺網上跟人改 PHP 嘅 setting， 但係改咗佢就 find 唔到落去。
係啊，佢就喺個 web server 個 function 點 .ini 裏邊咧就有個就加翻嗰個 upload maximum file size 就登記喺 MB 咁樣嘅啫。咁呢一個喺 QLab 裏邊就有某一個位置有嘅，咁而喺個 WordPress 裏邊都喺嗰個
option 嚇個 file。
因為我而家我裝嗰個係喺QLab 裏邊嘅，佢就包住咗個佢有機會嚇呢個可能我緊要我之後我都可以幫你 check 睇下會唔會有啲因為佢通常你啲 NAS 嗰啲咧，佢好大機會佢係邊行嗰啲係佢係行啲 Docker container 嗰啲嚟去行嗰啲 application， 咁佢有機會啲 config 嘅嘢咧，我唔知道佢 restart 咗之後佢會 restore 翻 default 嗰啲 setting， 咁。佢可能其實呢個要睇正常先打，即係話有機會有少少。但係呢個咧我都提過一樣嘢，就係其實 WordPress 個 design 咧點解佢會
default 係兩 Mac 咧，都有啲原因嘅，因為其實都一般我哋都唔建議，即係我哋有張相咁嘅，而家佢有時佢哋擺上網咧，如果你 check 下佢哋啲 website 嗰啲相咧，都冇話去到幾 Mac 咁大，因為其實呢個就好似頭先今日 speaker 講咁樣嗰個問題就係佢 load 出嚟 load 得慢啦，亦都會影響到嗰個網站嗰個速度評分啊各方面，咁其實都唔建議嗰張相用太大，通常係會我可能會用一啲 software 我哋 resize 咗佢或者 compress 咗做。咁一般通常幾百 K 一 Mac 以內就會十 Mac 會少少嘅，即係佢做呢個兩 Mac 都係有佢嘅時間。
因為我原本係想整個拍咗啲 video 咧，想擺用 HTML4 擺上去，咁等啲學生我試下。
我 video 上俾我其實
原本就係咁上嘅。咁但係我咪當係張相啫嘛，咁我上咗去嗰個都完全係計數。兩邊我都試過都唔得，我有問過 Qnet 佢就話呢啲係 WordPress 問題，咁我更加唔知問邊個。咁係。
OK，我諗暫時嘅問題未 resolve 到啦，咁或者可以其實有啲 plugin 都可以試下嘅，即係如果你個 website 唔係或者係咁啦，即係 WordPress.org 裏邊嗰啲 plugin 嘅話，其實都比較安全嘅，咁可以試下睇下做唔做到咯。好啊，咁有冇其他問題想攞出嚟傾啊？如果冇嘅話咧，就開始我個 closing 啦，咁樣。OK。好啦，咁就Nick 或者你講一講Hong Kong Open Source Conference 咧，我哋 call for proposals 係嘛？Nick，
咁呢度就同大家都分享翻。咁今年咧嘅 Open Source Conference 咁就嚟緊係今年嘅6月份嘅，咁就會都我哋 WordPress 嗰度咧，其實都有同佢哋大家有合作，咁我哋都出咗一個 call for proposal，咁就會係希望大家如果有興趣想講一啲關於 WordPress 嘅題目，咁都歡迎大家去submit上去申請啦。咁我哋到時我哋都會揀一啲合適嘅題目，就會到時當日就可以喺個 conference 嗰度去做個分享嘅。都之前我哋喺個網站同埋 Facebook 裏邊都做咗個 post， 上面都有個報名嗰個咁。如果大家有興趣嘅，就可以 submit 翻你哋想講嘅 topic 上。
OK， 好啊，唔該 Nick， 有冇問題啊？好啦，咁就係啦，嗰個嘅 conference 咧就會喺6月6號啦，2026年啦，咁樣就會喺個 BTC 青衣 complex 裏邊舉行嘅。嗰個 call for proposal 咧，咁就大家可以 send 去呢一度啦，咁樣大家可以剔個影咗相啊，或者之後去翻我哋嘅 website 度咧，就可以揾翻呢個 QR code 啦，又或者上翻我哋 Facebook 嗰個 page 嗰度，就睇翻我哋關於呢個 call for proposal 嘅 post， 咁都可以喺嗰度攞到個 QR code 嘅。咁 submission deadline 就聽日啦，咁所以就如果想有興趣去做一個 talk 嘅話咧，咁就要快少少啦。好啦，咁又講下 WordCamp 啦，咁嚟緊有幾個啦，咁雖然就同上次其實就有啲資料都冇乜分別，唔係有一個新嘅，不過都講咗呢個最快會發生嘅啦，就係4月9號至到11號嘅 WordCamp Asia 2026啦，咁就喺印度嚟嘅，咁大家如果仲想去嘅話，其實都夠時間 book 酒店啊、買機票啊咁樣嘅，咁飛咧就應該仲有，同埋如果你學生嘅話，好似有得平啲嘅。咁大家可以考慮下啦。咁呢個其實係比較早嘅時間去做嗰個 screen cap 嘅啦。其實而家就飛個數目剩翻幾百啦，冇有全場啦，同埋多咗呢個學生票啦。咁嗰個 ticket 嘅價錢就大概係220蚊港紙到嘅。如果係 student 嘅話，好似大概一半啦。咁就另外新山啦，就應該會喺6月嗰度舉行啦，大家留意一下啦。深圳嘅就 月中係啦。咁呢個我諗我哋都會重點推介，因為其實就即係過咗關就係㗎啦。咁啊，大家可以即係用一個好平啊，即係好成本低嘅方法就可以去即係感受下 WordCamp 啦。即係如果你話等下 WordCamp 開翻下一次嘅話，都唔知等佢幾時啊。咁啊，另外咧，Seibu 就佢哋嗰個 website 都 update 咗啦。咁而家知道咧，就係好大機會就係喺呢個7月尾嗰度舉行啦。咁啊，大家亦都可以留意一下啦。咁另外咧，菲律賓另一個城市咧，Iloilo 咧就喺 Facebook 嗰度講咗咧，就係話佢哋嘅 WordCamp 就會喺8月28號至29號嗰度舉行。咁我識嗰個朋友咧，咁佢話啊，而家由香港去好方便啊，有直航機啊咁樣嘅。咁啊，直航機方面咧，我就 check 過嘅，咁就係有一班，每日一班啦，就係一個凌晨嘅2點50分嘅。咁啊，即係大家如果中意搭呢個 Red Eye Flight 嘅話，啊又要想平嘅又要快嘅，咁啊到時啊都可以考慮下，就係用咁嘅方法去啦咁樣樣。咁但係我亦都 check 過嘅，咁而家咧想訂呢個8月嗰陣時個直航機咧係仲未有嘅嚇。咁呢個遲啲會再有 update 啦，咁睇下佢有咩新嘅發展啦。係啦，咁呢度大部分嘅機票其實就1500到啦，咁但係當然有一樣嘢咧，就係話如果石油供應繼續緊張嘅話咧，咁啊可能有機會就大家去咗之後咧就翻唔到嚟。咁啊係啦，唔知點解呢個4000幾蚊啦，因為應該係因為。我上個禮拜做咗 screen cap 啦，咁你只係得幾日嘅時間，咁所以咧啲機票啊全部4000幾蚊嘅，咁但係你睇到呢度咧正常嘅價錢，8月27號咁啦，如果而家買嘅話就1500，咁應該如果你話起飛之前1個月到咧，其實應該個價錢都唔會差得太遠。咁好啦，咁都又要賣個廣告啦。咁我哋都係要 speaker 咁先至即係有我哋 Meetup 啦咁樣樣。咁大家對呢個 WordPress 都有啲經驗啦，咁有啲嘢都可以同大家分享下嘅。咁如果你係有一啲嘅 topic 譬如即係你想講下你自己一個 website 啊，或者講下一啲 development 啊、theme 嘅 development 啊、security 啊之類，一啲圍繞住 WordPress 嘅一啲 topic 嘅話咧，想同大家分享咧，都可以同我哋傾下嘅。咁或者唔揾我哋直接傾啦，直情就上去我哋嗰個 call for speaker 嗰張 form 嗰度，咁就填低你嘅資料啊，講下你想講啲咩啊咁樣樣。咁我哋就會同你聯絡啦。又或者係個 meetup 完咗之後或者係食緊飯嘅時候，都可以同我哋傾傾呢樣嘢，即係你有啲咩想講啊咁樣樣。咁第一個可以講嘅 topic 就係你自己一個 WordPress 嘅 website 啦。咁呢個咧就唔需要大家講太長嘅，咁亦都唔會。其實如果你講自己嘅嘢賣廣告嘅話，唔係唔得，不過就5分鐘嘅啫。咁所以如果要做一個咁樣嘅 talk 嘅話，其實需要準備嘅都唔係太過困難嘅。咁另外就 volunteer 啦，我哋仲需要啦。咁 call for 啲 designer 同埋 video editor 咧都講咗幾個月㗎啦。video editing 嗰方面咧，其實我同阿 Nick 就做咗10零個嘅 meetup 啦，so far，咁就大概一半嘅 video 咧就出咗嘅。咁所以其實我哋都有啲 backlog，需要認真咁需要大家幫手咧，就係做啲 video editing 嘅。咁如果你識得做 video editing 嘅，咁你就可以同我哋傾下啦。咁影咗相嘅，咁就可以upload 上去 Google Photos 嗰度咧，就同大家 share 啦。又或者係好簡單咁樣去到呢個網址啦，hkw.me/photo95啦，咁就可以將你嗰個相片咧就同其他人分享啦。我俾5秒鐘大家去影呢個 QR code 啦。好啦，咁跟住咧就到 optional 嘅食飯時間啦。咁我見今日嗰個人唔係好多啦，咁應該咧阿 Kinsa 嗰個嘅資助咧，每人就應該可以差唔多去到我諗可以去到20蚊嘅。咁咧就算唔係20都有15蚊啦。咁嗰個錢其實就唔係好重要啦。咁最重要就係大家可以坐埋一齊啊。 傾下偈啊，傾下 WordPress 啊，傾下其他嘢啊咁樣嘅。咁個價錢咧就係喺未有資助之前咧，就大概20蚊至80蚊啦。即係如果你淨係飲嘢嘅，咁20蚊，如果再減翻15或者20蚊嘅，都差唔多都係免費㗎。咁冇理由唔去啦，係咪？好啦，咁就我哋再多謝我哋嘅 sponsor 一次啦。多謝 Coffee 啦，提供一個咁好嘅場地啦。多謝 Kingstar 啦。多謝佢請我哋食飯啦嚇。咁啊，下一次嘅 Meetup 咧就應該會喺4月嘅。咁我哋就仲未有呢個 topic 嘅 line up。咁如果係啦，係啦，再講一次啦，就係如果你有啲咩想同大家分享嘅話，就可以同我哋講啦。咁就呢度就應該完嘅。咁但係因為大家都坐喺度啦，咁我喺間房嗰度啦，咁不如就等我出嚟就同大家影一張合照嘅。咁跟住咧就俾大概10分鐘我哋執執嘢，然後就可以一齊落去食飯啦。OK。
我